another episode of How to BG. This is Arkwright, and since I'm guarding Icewing Bunker, let's get on with the show, shall we? Okay, when you enter AV, you'll notice that both factions start on the east side of the map and tunnels on the north and south far sides. This is important to note, as if all the graveyards are taken, that's probably where you can end up. This is supposed to allow balance and other quasi things, although Alteric Valley is notably heavily balanced toward the Alliance side, despite the fact that sometimes Alliance really just doesn't win. The AV has had a long history. I mean, there's no PvP or level cap who doesn't really have a story about AV. I mean, personally, there was one that I got into an AV where I was one among about 25 hunters. For some reason, we had 25 hunters in the AV, 2 tanks, and a bunch of healers. And we literally just walked like a firing line, walked the Horde all the way back to the graveyard, and just kept them at the relief hut graveyard. We didn't even take the graveyard. So yeah, that was one hell of a good time. Okay, we're gonna start with the Alliance objectives, and when you are an Alliance, you will try to get these objectives that are circled on the map. There are 4 towers, graveyards that belong to the Horde, as well as 2 bosses. The first boss is Galv, and the last boss is the main boss of the thing, and he normally in chat he'll just be referred to as the Horde boss. Now, each one of these has to be captured or destroyed, or the boss has to be killed for the other opposing side to lose their 100 resources. There are about 600 resources in the game. These resources dwindle as players kill the other players, and they also lose 100 for every kill or destruction of the tower. Each tower takes 3 minutes to destroy, so you have to guard them for 3 minutes. Leaving a tower leaves it open and allows stealthies or a large group of Horde to come in and just reclaim the tower once you have taken it, and that resets the timer. Okay, so once you take a tower, you need to guard it. It's good to have at least 5 people in there plus a healer to guard the tower, at the very least. Now we're going to do the Horde side. There's 4 bunkers and 2 bosses, just like the Horde has 4 towers and 2 bosses. First boss is Belinda. She has Frost Mage with her own little ice elemental, and that makes it difficult. Each bunker has a very large open space, so we will usually take at least 5 or 6 people to guard it, plus a healer. If you're going to guard the bunkers, people will back cap. Alliance will back cap Stonehearth bunker a lot. 10 people going up to the north or south Doom Baldar bunkers, and just capping one, letting it burn, and then moving to the other and letting it burn will be more than enough to keep the Alliance from taking the bunker back from you. The bunkers are very easily to defend because there's a single entrance and you have to run up a set of stairs and then turn around and run up another set of stairs. It's not like the Horde towers where you have to run in a circular pattern and then there's a singular spot that they can defend from. So, good luck with that. Okay, now on to choke points. Alteric Valley is the king BG of choke points. There is no other BG with the same amount of choke points as Alteric Valley. All the way from the Alliance Bridge to the Gorge to the road heading down from Icewing Bunker to the entrances to the Horde section, where you have the one entrance right by Blood Graveyard and Ice Blood Tower and Galv, and you have the choke point by Tower Point. Then you have the tunnel heading up into the Horde section, which is also a nice choke point if used properly, which it goes through a hut. And so there's a lot of choke points that you can hold off the opposing faction if you are losing. Now, the thing is, when you have them at a choke point, when they cannot get past you, the very simple key is do not leave the choke point. Stay right there. Let them pull back. Let them try to draw you out. Don't leave, because you are winning at that point. Pushing forward will not let you win. Okay, if you're losing, pull back to the choke point. On either faction, pull back to the choke point and let the stealthies, the druids, the rogues go out and try to cap the opposing faction's bunkers or towers. Okay, it is very important to not push this to its limit. Just let them do it. You hold the line. Now to go over travel routes. We're doing the Horde first. Standard travel route starts at the Horde starting zone. You head up through the forest and the woods, and you head straight for the path towards Iceblood Graveyard, the right side, and you will run past Iceblood Graveyard, over the hill, down heading on the right side towards Stonehearth Bunker. After Stonehearth Bunker, you'll take the road, the closest road, and head up towards Stonehearth Graveyard, Ice Wing Bunker, and head down the road to Stormpike Graveyard and the others up there with the bunkers, as you can see. It is important to note that this tactic has normally caused the end of the Horde when it comes to this. Currently, the AV is scaled to 110 as of recording this video, but when people start getting up, when the expansion comes out, people start getting up to level cap, it's going to probably go back to normal, and people will start hitting the bosses and start doing these ramrod, ramshot down things. Now, if you're a Horde and you want to win AV, it's as simple as this. Go to Galv, wait for the Alliance to show up, and then wipe them. An opposing faction cannot fight a boss and the opposing faction at the same time. The healers just can't take the damage. Okay? Especially if you're CCing the healers, the boss will do the work for you. Okay? Just a thought. Now for the Alliance standard path. The Alliance will exit their cavern, go head down the road, and now this is where the Alliance actually gets a boost, because most people will use Goblin Gliders to jump off a hill, and you'll see this if you're in AV and new to it. You'll see them jump off a hill and fly down, and you can get 5 or 6 people down that way really quickly, and it's Goblin Gliders move faster than mounts, so what effectively happens is the people are down there faster. Now, people will travel past Icewing Bunker, head to the right of Belinda's place, and head south towards Galv. They'll take out Galv, move on to each tower individually, taking Iceblood Graveyard along the way, and Frostwolf Graveyard, and then move on to the Relief Hut, and then take the end boss. Now, Alliance, the biggest problem you have is if the Horde actually show up at Galv. Well, the thing is, if the Horde are doing Galv, it's a very simple thing. Okay, if you see Horde in the Galv, or Horde heading into the Galv, forget Galv. Clear the towers. Move to each tower individually, holding each tower, let it burn, have people go back and back cap, have 20 people standing at each tower defending with healers, let it burn, and move down. At most, you're looking at a 20-minute to 30-minute conflict with a lot of HKs. And that's how that would work. Now, I was going to give you a list here, but I can't seem to get the definition right on my computer or in my movie maker as to the text in general. So basically, here's some quick notes. People using acronyms when in BGs, especially in Alteric Valley. Stormhearth Bunkers, SHB. Galv, GALV. Belinda is what they use for that. West Tower, East Tower, or West Frostwolf Tower, East Frostwolf Tower is WFT or EFT. Okay, Stonehearth Bunker. So when someone puts in an acronyms in caps, they are talking about a section of the map, and all you have to do is pull your map up really quick and skim over the designated dots on your map, designated locations on your map, and find out what they're looking at. Now, normally, when they're mentioning something, it's because it's being attacked or it needs reinforcements. Okay, so if it's a tower, like it has a T at the end of it, just skim over the towers. If it's a bunker, look for the orange bunker. Okay, on the Alliance side, same with the Horde. If it's a tower, look for the blue tower. If it's a bunker, skim over the bunkers. Find out which one they're talking about that needs help defending. It's that simple. Okay, it's not rocket science. Acronyms. First letter of each term. Okay, a few side notes before the end. Use your choke points if you're losing. If you're on a poison faction, use your choke points. If you start winning, don't push past the choke point. Let the enemy come back to you. Okay? Try to keep your mines, especially if you're losing, try to get the mines. They'll help. Since stealth is the back cap. And be willing to die to save the game. If you have to run through to break a choke point, wall, and draw the enemy away so the others can move in behind you, then do so. Okay? This isn't a raid. You're not going to get kicked out for dying. Okay? And other than that, GG, be ready to adapt. It's PvP. Happy hunting, people. Sarkride the Black Hunter saying, I'll see ya.